Hello, this is a video reply to Junior Bacon Cheese last video, and actually his last couple videos. I was thinking lately about the subject of ego and true self, and how there seems to be lately a misunderstanding that seems to me that, well, it is. I can hear it time and time again. People referring to the ego as the true self, as the spirit within. They're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. And I think that's all being confused by this. Part of this New Age movement involves the concept that we are not individuals, that we are one race. And there may be the positive intention in that to try to create a kind of compassion through deception. Because I think there's maybe a spiritual truth in that. Certainly we're all connected. We all may be from the same place. You know what Christians are, and some people call God, many people of different religions, and we may be destined to return there. So there may be, and there probably is, a spiritual truth in that statement, in that belief. But it isn't literally true. Certainly in this reality, we are individuals. But beyond this reality, we are, and I'll be going into that in a moment. I'd just like to say that I really like your videos. I'll call you Bacon, because I've heard other people call you Bacon, and I'm not sure what else to call you. I call you Junior, but it doesn't sound quite right. I might call you Chi, but that's kind of weird, calling a guy Chi. You know, I think of Chi as in, you know, the energy force of life. I'm not sure if that's how you meant it or not, because it's not spelled the same. But anyway, I'll call you Bacon for lack of a better name. So anyway, yeah, I'm not exactly sure how you intended that concept. If you're just suggesting it as a possibility, or if you're trying to promote it as fact. But it seems to me that you're just discussing it in a philosophical sense. And of course, this is just a friendly debate response, so to speak, to that, because I've been thinking about this lately. I have to definitely say that I strongly disagree with the concept that we are one, all of us, and that the idea of individuality is an illusion. I think that's taking a truth and stretching it to a great extent, which of course we've been known to do as human beings for, well, probably the beginning of civilization. Now, I wrote this in response to your video. Is your only sense of individualism through sensation? But what is there to perceive sensation if there is no individual consciousness? In other words, if you were not individual, if that's just an illusion, well then how do you perceive things? If perceptions allow you to believe that you're an individual, then what is it inside of you that is perceiving things, that is taking in perceptions? Is that an illusion? But it couldn't be an illusion because you are taking in perceptions. If somehow that were to be an illusion, well then you wouldn't know if anything was true, and of course we don't really. But I just wanted to say that. Okay, you mentioned sense of I. Yeah. The outside perspective looking in, the scientific perspective. If you could take a person and cut them down the middle, to the right side of the brain and their left side, and send them into the room one at a time, the right side would enter the room and know that he was in a room and walk back out. And when he was asked, where were you? He'd say, I was in the room. Then you send the left side. The left side, where am I? Gee, I don't know. And so he'd get out his calculator, and he'd make measurements of all the parameters, and he'd spend days or maybe even weeks going through all the evidence until he'd discover, I'm in a room. Eureka! And occasionally science does discover things that we all knew to be true anyway. And wish I had an example. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it happens. Because that's what you call thinking too much, not trusting your own instincts and what's true. But I understand the scientific process, and I'm not trying to attack science. I'm just saying that as individuals, we need to listen to ourselves and listen to your inner knowing, your intuition. All I'm saying, of course, is the concept that we are all one, I have to take opposition to, and I have to disagree with that. Now, yes, what about outer body experience, black tunnel experience, and ghosts? Yeah, I don't know if you believe in those things or not, but if you don't, you might want to research them, because there's been a lot of cases of these. Usually people that believe in this stuff have experienced some of it, and those that haven't experienced it tend to be non-believers, and I totally understand that. But if you can consider that these things do happen, yeah, that you can have an outer body experience, and that you can, when you have what's called the near-death experience, which isn't correct, it's actually a death experience, and you are in the black tunnel leaving this world, you are still an individual. And though you don't think in the way that you normally would on this world, you are still an individual. And I don't know if I should say this or not, but the truth is that I had the black tunnel experience when I was a kid. And I know that, therefore, that there's more beyond this physical world than what you see. That was a life-changing experience for me. I don't care to go into the details of how I experienced it, but I had that death experience, and I was in the black tunnel, and I was still an individual, although I could not, or I had no desire to think or worry about anything. So I wasn't in the individual to the extent that I am now in my body, but I was still one. So it's true, I don't know where that tunnel leads. And again, I know not everyone believes in that sort of thing, and it's pretty much impossible to prove that happens scientifically. All I can say is that for me, that is proof for me that we are not, the individuality is not just an illusion here on this physical world. No, no. It is clear to me that we are individuals. Okay, I wrote this as well for you. If separation is illusion, then wouldn't everything be singular? If everything is singular, without separation, then the individual self would be authentic because there is nothing else outside of it. Meaning that if separation is a lie, then everything that you perceive is the truth, because there is no confusion between different perspectives. Your perspective would be pure. I don't know. That was a thought I had. I wish I kept writing with that train of thought, because now looking back, I find it a little confusing. Anyway, that was kind of a philosophical rambling, I guess. I need to go into ego and true self, which is a separate subject, which I'm not going to have time to go into in this video, so I'm going to make another video and discuss that. And that won't be directed at you, Bacon. Of course, you're welcome to watch it or to comment or whatever. But I don't have time to go into it in this video, and that is in reply to, like I say, this New Age movement belief, and also the confusion between ego and true self, which does apply to you. And again, this is all my perspective. These are my opinions. I'm not trying to say I have all the answers here, just arguing my side of it and posing some questions for you. I don't know what else to say in this video, with only peace, and look forward to keep watching your videos. Very interesting, very thoughtful, and well, thought-inspiring as well. Peace.